Hello, Knights of the Rolled Table, and thank you for listening. This is the second part of our foray into the elemental planes. Thanks to Weston Gardner for joining us as Soot, who also composed our music. He's Arcane Anthems all over the place. He just spoke at a Comic-Con panel here in San Diego. Congratulations, Weston. He was actually speaking with the cast of Venture Forth D&D, who are friends of ours from our pandemic clubhouse days. So congratulations to all of you guys. I know he's off to WonderCon right now and just making the most of the world. He's a super talented guy, and it was great to have him back. So hope you enjoy this episode, and take care of yourself, take care of each other, and make life an adventure.
We are here to investigate your presence, which is clearly not native to this land. You need to leave here, vacate at once, or else we shall destroy you.
Skeleteeth has claimed this land. It is mine. And then the middle one that's apparently called Skeleteeth is cut off by the skeleton to its right, who is like,
"You don't have to use that skeleton accent. I don't know why you speak like that. We can just speak normally as we did in life."
Oh, we've got a weird talking feller over here too.
Look,
Actually,
just because I have an accent, Sarsa, doesn't.
I think you're talking about me. I find
is there something wrong with the way
have
I
you
talk?
ever met someone who talks
I
like
talk
you,
perfectly
Sarsa?
normal. You lot are just all over the place. Voices
the
very
middle
much
one
like
says,
to talk.
"Silence! You have invaded the realm of Skeleteeth." And the one on the right says,
It's not your realm. It belongs to all of us. We can just share it equally. You don't just get to claim it just because you're the one in the middle.
and then the one on the other side, the opposite side, the left of Skeleteeth, is like, "Oh, I feel like we've been terribly rude. Can we get any of you a refreshment, perhaps some tea or scones? We could offer you scones. They'll be made of this sludgy darkness, but we can make them taste very, very good."
How about as a gesture
Ooh,
of parley,
thank you.
you should stop all of the surrounding dirt and dust and everything like that, so we can talk in peace.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing right now for at least a little bit longer. I'm definitely a little tired, not going to lie.
I'm just trying to alleviate your burden, Mr. Soot.
They kind of like turn towards each other and like kind of like consult a little bit, and then they cast Cone of Cold. A blast of cold air erupts from the skeletons. Each of you is going to take 8d8 cold damage.
Counter spell.
Ooh,
Evasion.
All right. All right. So Cone of Cold shoots out at you. So you're going to try to counterspell. Tell me about that.
Okay, so if the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, it immediately fails, but it's not because Cone of Cold is mean.
Mm-hmm.
If it's casting a spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC it's 10 plus the spell's level. So I will roll a 20, and then the DC will be 10 plus whatever Cone of Cold
So
is.
it's a 5th level spell. You're going for 15.
So it's 15, and I use my spell casting modifier. That is a natural 20.
Good one from
So
it.
it's a 24 for the counter
Are you playing
spell.
with loaded dice over there tonight? What's going on, buddy?
My first roll was a 1.
We didn't say that.
So this literal cone of freezing cold casts out and starts to envelop all of you. You can feel yourself start to like freeze and be damaged and be slowed and injured by it. And then Soot casts his counter spell, and it's almost like reversing that effect in time. All the cold starts to be like swallowed up and pulled out, and you feel warmth again, and the cold is all like forced back into where it came from, out of this like big skeletal head.
You know, I'm not much of a baker, but I don't remember scones looking like that.
Oliver will look at the skulls and be like, You, sirs, have used up your good favor.
All right, y'all, roll initiative.
Ooh, nat 20.
9.
2. 14.
10.
12.
25.
Wake me up when it's my turn.
So we've got Oliver first at 25. All right, Oliver, it's your turn. How do you want to respond?
Yo, Oliver's gonna and Soot sees this guy. He's this old looking elf with muscles. I've got armor. I've got some clothes on and everything like that.
Yes, we know.
And he
we've
just
heard.
and all of a sudden
Very
he
impressive.
just
We know.
kind of runs super fast, faster than he should move, and rushes up and just takes a staff and uppercuts with the staff, just a big old strike. So that's going to be a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And then a second attack. I'll just give you the damage all at once. That'll be a 28 to hit.
Hits.
35. Stunning strike. So you have to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 17.
Ooh, rolled a 19 plus other things, so that
right.
won't work.
Another stunning strike with my second hit.
So what happens with your first hit, you hit the one in the middle and it just explodes like it was a big bubble.
Yeah.
And then with the second hit, you're like, okay, hit the other one and that one explodes. So is there a third strike?
Well, so then if I hit the first two, I will use my bonus action to do flurry of blows. I don't quite trust my finger missiles, so that's weird. Not yet anyway. So I'm going to bam bam with the sticks, and I take out one, and then with the other head, I'm just going to be whoosh, 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 kind of elbow attack, and then kind of another attack. I'm just going to headbutt it, head to head, head to giant head, and smack it again. So this is bonus, or the unarmed strike. That'll be a 19.
That will hit as well.
12 points of bludgeoning damage, and then I get one more unarmed, or flurry of blows, rather, sorry. 25.
Also a hit.
Okay.
A lot of hits. So can you total that up for me?
So it's 18 and 35 altogether. That's 53.
Dang, that's a lot of damage. So across the process of doing all of that damage, the three kind of bubble heads each explode as you contact them. And then, so that's actually your first three strikes. And then with those kind of out of there, they splash a bunch of the slimy goop onto you. And so there was 4 strikes in there total, I think, right?
Yeah.
So what happens actually after you sort of detonate the 3 heads is up out of the goops kind of right in front of you emerges a more normal humanoid sized version of this. It has a body and everything, but it does have 3 heads that are all skulls next to each other. It's wearing fairly heavy armor, has a staff that looks like a skeletal hand grabbing onto some sort of a orb. So this thing emerges in front of you and seems more oh, that's what we're fighting. And then you have one more knock into it as it emerges. So you get all those hits in. But also, after that, and you're feeling good, you realize this sludgy stuff on you is doing some damage. So for each of those bubbles that kind of blew up onto you, you're covered in this stuff, which is burning almost like acid, but it's necrotic damage. And it will do a total of, it's burning you like it's acid, but it's actually necrotic damage, if that matters. And that's going to be a total of 23 necrotic damage, and the stuff is still kind of stuck to you, almost like tar.
Be careful when you touch this thing. It's quite weakening. try to wipe it off.
So as you do that, it'll also kind of like lift its staff and cast it out on to the like sludge that is everywhere, and kind of surrounding the group, 5 zombies emerge up out of the muck, and they're like kind of like zombie-esque forms, but they look to be made of this like black sludge that's all around you. So you have this, suddenly you're surrounded by these forms, and we'll move on to Skull Lord. All right, Skull Lord. They're not happy collectively about counterspelling the Cone of Cold, and so instead they are going to give a shot to Cloud Kill. So they again cast out with their staff, and this big yellow toxic cloud spreads out around where the group is. It'll just kind of catch Oliver along with everybody else who's a little bit farther back. It's going to be Constitution saving throws for everybody.
I rolled really poorly, but Branch suddenly feels really lucky and rolls again.
Ooh, nice.
19.
6.
Which is much better than the 6 I had before.
Jeez.
So 18 is the difficulty class. So everybody under 18 will take
19?
Yeah.
And what type of damage is this?
Poison. So it's 17 damage for everyone under 18. Half of that if you are above it. Creatures are affected even if they hold their breath or don't need to breathe. So that is present. That is out there with you. It'll continue to persist in a 20-foot radius sphere while you are in it. And so basically like on the outer edges of where this like cloud kill cloud is where the kind of like perimeter of 5 zombies are also boxing you in. That is Skullord's turn. We'll move on to Soot.
Soot is going to kind of like take a couple steps forward, trying to like push through the cloud kill. Because Soot, as soon as he saw those skulls or the Skull Lord pop up, this like wicked smile went across its face. And he is going to cast Command Undead. You see these tentacles on this cape again, kind of explode outward and begin to strike at the Tentacle Lord, trying to like wrap him up. These like rot-filled tentacles just start to like wrap around as I'm trying to coerce him into becoming mine. He makes a DC 17 Charisma saving throw. If his intelligence is higher than 8, it has advantage on the save.
Intelligence is higher than 8. DC 17 Charisma. They are surprisingly charismatic, but they rolled a 2, so that's a 7, which will force them to use legendary resistance.
Oh.
Ooh.
So we're in a boss fight here. So you feel that take hold, and you feel like, similarly to like feeling the air push back, you like feel that this is working, but the like will of the Skeleton Lord and their collective, you can kind of like feel as you try to command them, you have kind of a brief sense of the 3 different personalities and entities that are in this thing. But which makes you briefly think like, would this have worked on all of them, or would you have potentially have taken over just one of them? It gives you kind of interesting thoughts about like what you're dealing with, but like then you're pushed out of their psyche as they use their legendary resistance to knock you back. And Skeleteeth says, "How dare you try to command me? Never!" And the other one says, "That really was very rude. I did offer you tea and scones, so perhaps we can deal with this in a more gentlemanly manner in the first place, or do whatever you are."
Okay. Don't think I won't come for you again. And that's his turn. Oh, no. There was one other thing I was going to do. I'm going to cast... what's it called? Shroud. What's it called? Spirit Shroud on myself as my bonus action.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
And these like ghostly apparitions start to haunt around me.
And that'll bring us to Tiburon.
Surrounded by zombos, right?
Mm-hmm.
if I move away from the zombos, is it a kind of attack of opportunity sort of thing, or am I free to go toward the
You're not
skeleton?
super close to where they emerge. Like, you're not necessarily within 5 feet of any of them as they pull up. You are in the middle of a cloud. So you're free to go towards kind of wherever you want from where you start.
Got it.
You, by the way, roll a perception check.
Sure. There's a 24.
You saw 5 skeletons emerge. And also that you're fighting a 3-headed skeleton. And you have a sense that, like, oh, wait, hang on. That might not be what we're actually fighting. Because the rest of them are seeing zombies. So you do have that, like, sort of like... Yeah, and actually, like, as you think of that and you do the perception check, you're able to, like, adjust your X-ray vision, be like, oh, they're zombies. Okay, that's a little bit different. Cool. But, like, that thing, okay, yeah, that thing is actually 3 skeleton heads on 1 sorcerer body. Okay, I got that. Proceed.
Is it kind of like depth perception if I cover up one eye, like I see normal?
Yeah, you have to, like, adjust the, like, depth of X-ray consciously to control it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's not dilly-daddle. I'll buy us some room. I'm thinking this, probably not saying it so I don't inhale more terrible gas. But I'll attack the nearest zombie nearby.
Okay.
Let's see. We got 13. We got 11. And we got 18.
Those will all hit. So roll damage on the first. Roll damage on the first one. We'll see how long it takes you to carve through this thing.
All right. Ooh, nice. That's 18 damage for the first hit.
Oh, you lob off a good portion of it.
12 for the second.
So your first 2 hits will, like, take care of this zombie, and it just goes down. But just gonna make a little con check. Ooh, rolled pretty good. So this zombie just, like, goes down in several pieces and, like, drops back into the slime. But then it, like, reemerges looking like tough again. But then your third one, you hit it again. And so I assume it can't keep doing that. So I'm going to give them each one type. So, like, it, like, reemerged, but your third hit, like, ends it. And so that one, it seems to, like, go down and stay down.
All right. Excellent. And now that it's out of my way, I'm going to step out of the gas cloud, assuming I have enough move to get out of it in the direction of the zombie I just killed. Great.
All right, Randall.
All right, Randall's going to go over to his buddy Oliver, and he's going to take out a little can of soda and a little packet of some mystery powder that he has. He's going to open it up, and he's going to kind of mix them together and shake it up really quick, and it's kind of this foaming mess. And he's going to say, "Oliver, drink this real quick." And he's going to kind of hold it up and have him drink this really quick. No, it's good. It's good. Keep drinking. Keep drinking. Keep drinking. And you're going to feel like it's kind of like this energy drink taste to it, and you're going to be hasted.
Oh, it reeks of taurine. But I feel wonderful.
All right, go get him.
Ginseng and
guarana. And
oh gosh,
that's gonna be it.
All right, haste. That's a concentration spell. Actually, going back to the, like, cloud kill effect, so make a con save to keep up the air control.
Oh, sure. Yes, I will. Air control. That's a 14 plus my con, right? 16.
Yeah, that'll work. So you're able to keep that up. And then it's actually Sindle's turn, and Sindle will turn to 2 of the zombies and cast just a blast of fire. It's a little unclear to you. Her little fire magic is a little bit unconventional, but it's almost like a cone of fire that blasts out and just, like, fully incinerates 2 of the zombies and also reduces the radius as it, like, clears. Looks like it burnt off a little bit of the cloud kill area, so it's a little bit less wide in that area. So there's only 2 zombies left standing, and that will move to Sarsa.
Alright, so there's only 2 of them left?
2 zombies and the 3-headed skeleton sorcerer and a lot of black sludge.
How far apart are they from each other and from me? Like, guesstimate.
They're both about 10 feet from you and 10 feet from each other. You're in a nice, like, equilateral triangle.
Alright. I'm going to run up so that I'm, like, right in between those 2 remaining zombies. And I'm gonna, but within the 10 feet of the other guy, and I'm gonna do my channel divinity, destroy undead. And or turn undead, depending on their challenge rating.
A zombie challenge rating is low, so that probably more or less evaporates them. Does that kill him or does that turn him? Like,
It
make
would
him yours.
kill.
You're
So
not
if they're below
commanding
a
him or
challenge
anything.
rating of 1/2 or lower, they are instantly destroyed. If they're above that, then they make a wisdom saving throw.
They're a quarter,
DC.
so poof.
Yeah. Are the skeleton people, they're not undead?
They are facing away from you, so is
As long
that
as
a
they're
radius thing from you?
It's within 30 feet of me.
Well,
So
they're
if I'm right
over a
up-
half. So what do they do? A save?
They make a wisdom save.
That will work on them, but they will once again use a legendary resistance
Oh, that's 2.
to be unturned.
Yeah, get rid of those.
That is 2.
Get
2
rid of
down.
those.
Bonus, you still took out 2 zombies.
Mega teeth. Skeleteeth.
Skeleteeth. And the one on the right of Skeleteeth is like,
Oh, you didn't need to do that. We're gonna get you for that, aren't we?
I suppose.
It's not my fault. You were just in the radius.
Branch's turn.
Okay. Branch is gonna cast Conjure Minor Elementals. That will be nice and just make one. So I'm gonna have a gargoyle appear next to the skull guys. Let's say over by the one who sounds like this, the mean one.
Okay. It's more grumpy.
He'll say to him, kill that gunk guy. And then Branch will scurry away out of the cloud kill, which I think is still up.
Mhm.
And then he's going to turn into an elephant.
Casually.
That's a sentence.
So you've got a gargoyle in melee range of the skeleton lord, and you are an elephant unimpeded by cloud kill. Is that?
Yeah, and the gargoyle has initiative 9 also, just like me.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Because I was going to make that happen anyway. So does gargoyle get an immediate turn?
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't see anything that says it doesn't. So
All right, move on to gargoyle then.
gargoyle will he will bite 12 to hit.
12 will miss.
Cool. Then he will try to claw at it. That is 14.
14 will also miss.
Cool. Then he is useless, but he's there.
It's a good old meat shield.
Yep.
Yep.
May be useful. So it is end of the round.
Oh, gosh.
Time for some layer effects. So each of you make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
You'll be good at that.
Hasted.
Would you also like the
Yes.
gargoyle to make a dexterity saving throw, just for clarity?
please.
Okay.
I've got advantage with my haste.
I got 15. Gargoyle got 14.
16 for Randall.
19 for Oliver.
Oh, okay. So 15 will be the save. So if you are below 15, you feel the sludge come up and grab your feet, kind of like glom onto it, and it's going to hold you in place where you are.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm too.
Below 15?
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
so Sarsa is locked in place where she is. So is Soot. Looks
Those are
like...
gargoyle.
And the gargoyle is also locked there. Everybody else, you are slowed, so you're down to half your movement speed, but you are not stopped. That'll be the condition for the round.
Look how happy Chris is. Chris is just so elated.
Using his monk stuff. Also, everybody make a con save.
Oh dear.
My speed was 55 already. It was.
Ooh,
And
that's
then
a 19.
double.
Dirty 20.
It was
There's that.
110.
Oh, dang.
And I'm back to
21.
Randall's con save is, there's some high con saves there.
Yep.
Not for
That's
me.
my-
My thing.
2021. Randall had 27.
27.
21.
I rolled a 19.
Tiburon had 7. Gargoyle had 7. Gargoyles get taken out before it can even thrive. Gargoyle, Tiburon, and Branch with a 13. You feel that sludge. So actually, what happens? Like all the like sludge around you, you see it kind of like rise up into like almost like ashy flakes, kind of. But then that settles down, and you have a distinct sense that like if soot was not suppressing wind, this might be substantially worse. You're really dealing with like half of the potential effects in this situation, but still like the contact with the sludge that's all around you is going to be 15 damage for those of you that failed, and what's that? 8 damage for those of you that succeeded.
What type of damage?
Necrotic damage. Necrotic.
Ooh.
Hey, necrotic.
Ew, necrotic.
Okay.
Matt, do you have elephant stats pulled up?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. That last one was a con save. It would
Yeah.
have been 14 then.
All
So
right.
a slightly better
Still-
constitution than me. But
still
I think
gonna
that's
fail.
Yeah.
Weston, you
I
were
thought an
saying?
elephant never forgets what his constitution is.
Soot has an ability called Inured to Undeath. You have resistance to necrotic damage, so that will be halved
There you
for
go.
me.
Wop wop.
Nice.
So 4.
Perfect. Half of half. Teeny tiny. It almost fuels you. All right. That'll bring us back to Oliver's turn.
I feel wonderful. Fun fact.
Oh, man, he's hasty.
I'm hasted, so my walking speed is 55, but doubled would be 110, and then halved is now
Knocked back
55.
down to 55.
So I'm only at 55, so I'm not gonna. I was gonna run around the entire thing, just going bam, 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 bam. But that will have to wait. Is the necrotic damage? Does it act like acid? Like, is it continuous? Like, if I leave, if is it like eating into the clothes, or is it like just one round of necrotic damage?
Not the damage from that like area effect that everybody underwent, but
sludge.
what hit you when you exploded the like 3 giant skeleton heads is doing that. It is definitely like still stuck to you and still kind of burning the way it has.
Okay. For a little flavor, Oliver's just gonna rip his shirt off, but leave his bracers on. He's just gonna go It's just like and you see this old elf with a little goatee and like salt and pepper hair with just a ripped massive chest, a little kind of not like Sue, like lean, but he's kind of like barrel chested, but he's all muscle. And then he's get this stuff off of me.
I guess that helps.
I don't know. Just for flavor or whatever. And then he'll run up to the skull guy, the 3 skull guy, Skeleteeth, in form 2, and
Only he is
just make
Skeleteeth.
a.
We're not all
All
Skeleteeth.
right. Well, I thought we were trying to. I thought we were trying to have a decent conversation, and just
I was trying to have a
you
decent
you
conversation.
played that card too soon, sir. And he's just gonna start wailing into him with some attacks. So we'll do 2 regular attacks, 19 to hit,
Hit.
and a 25 to hit.
Also
So
a hit.
that's I rolled a 1, so 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
What's 11 and 12? 23.
So what do you want to do with that 23? Like, describe that hit.
I'm hitting him with a staff, with my magical staff.
What part of the 3-headed
His
skull lord?
his head, the rude head.
The middle one?
Ah! And
Skeleton
I'm
head?
just gonna baseball him.
So on that head, when you hit it, that head comes off and like launches back behind it. And the other two heads like turn towards each other, and they can like see each other for like maybe the first time, and they have an expression of like, "Uh-oh, Randall." If you're looking at the skeleton in that moment, like you've got like separate mood auras for each of them, and you see those two have this like change of like both fear and like a little bit of relief. They both didn't like Skeleteeth very much, but also like, oh, we could be in trouble.
Okay.
All right, so that was 26 damage for the 2 hits.
Yeah.
Because I used a charge on my staff. And then, okay, let's use a key point for a stunning strike. So make a con save.
11.
Stunned until the end of my next turn. So everybody, if you attack him, you have advantage on your attacks.
When you do that, you hit that stun. Well,
Unless he's gonna resist.
Yeah. Resist it, skeleton.
I mean, what do you want to do?
they're not going to resist, and the stun works, but it actually only affects partially. So what you end up doing is stunning the polite offering tea head and like a substantial portion of the body. So it seems like the body's generally locked in place, but the consciousness of this third, the grumpy head, seems to still be present.
Okay. Well, I stunned a portion of him.
Mm-hmm.
And let's attack it for flurry of blows.
Okay.
Still use a key point for that. Does 15 hit?
No. You hear Skeleteeth laughing. You missed. And realize like its head is back there somewhere and it's still talking.
Shut up, you! I rolled another 5. Okay, so I missed that. I'm like, and it's like dodging like in between, like ha ha, just like the two heads. I'm like, this is really throwing me off. All right, haste. I get a third action. I'm gonna attack him again.
Goodness sakes! Stun him again.
No, it's still stunned. Oh wait, stunned means I get advantage. I didn't roll with advantage. Hold on. I did miss the first flurry of blows, but I'm going to attack him again. Oh my god, I rolled another 5.
No.
Hold on. And, okay, there it is. 18. So I hit him once. 7 points of bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning. So it's like, bam. I am going to take another attack. So this is with the staff again.
Good gosh.
So this is the third attack with haste. So that's 29 to hit. All right. So 17 bludgeoning. Action surge.
Goodness sakes.
Oh my gosh.
Might as well.
So much.
Ah! I'm hasted, and why not? So buckle in, y'all. All right, here we go. Action surge. Here we go. 31 to hit.
Hit.
Second attack. 26 to hit.
Hit.
Okay, that's 17 plus 11 is 28 plus 3 is 31. So an additional 31. Flurry of blows again.
Wait, where's Flurry of Blows again coming
Extra
from?
attack.
I think
my second.
Doesn't it take up a bonus action or something? I don't know if you can use that with the haste action. I think it just gives you another action. No, action surge.
With action surge, it's a whole nother...
Extra attack.
It's not a whole nother round, though. It's a whole nother
surge
action.
is very different than extra attack.
Yeah.
No, it's
if it's action surge, then then you'd get a whole nother basically like a whole other attack action.
That's
Flurry of Blows, isn't that like your bonus action?
It's a bonus action. So do I get a second bonus action?
I don't think you get a second.
No,
bonus
not with
action.
haste.
You get another regular action. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I just get 2 more. I just get 2 more attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, you're limited to only a total of
17
16 or 17 attacks this round.
Really limited there.
It's fine.
We've negotiated him down 1.
All right. Well, so yeah. So what did I say? Yeah. So there it is. So not the last flurry
Just
of
another
blows.
31 points of damage. Yep.
Yeah,
it's still looking pretty beat up, and you hear from off in the distance, like, that hurt! From Skeleteeth.
Somebody take care of that head.
Polite tea-drinking head is still stunned. It's just sort of like drooling a little bit. The grumpy one is looking real beat up, and so is the body. And legendary action, they will summon another 5 zombies. So 5 zombies emerge, and these 5 zombies are completely surrounding Oliver. Just like on all sides of you.
Yes.
And then that will bring us to Skull Lord's turn. Perhaps we'll give this a try. It's going to cast Eye Bite.
Oh dear.
So the skeleton's eyes are replaced by an inky void imbued with dread power.
I bite, you bite, everybody bite.
Let me reassess a little bit where the skeletons are brought up. So it pulls up the 5 zombies. So it resummons 5 zombies, and they are in kind of like a wall in front of it, kind of like facing Oliver. But it's going to attempt to cast on Oliver Eye Bite. Is this even a save? One creature of your choice within 60 feet. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw, Oliver.
23.
Oh, dang it.
Roll a 19 plus 4.
I should have made that disadvantage. So it tries to put you to sleep. It didn't work. Bad news for Skeleton Lord. But Eye Bite is ongoing, so it can continue that with concentration. And brings us to Soot's turn.
Soot is going to stand there, tentacles out, readied, and Soot is readying an action in case that skeleton uses another legendary action or legendary resistance. Soot's just waiting.
Okay, so you're holding off contingent on another legendary resistance to do something.
So I'm waiting for his moment of weakness for me to strike.
I like it. That brings us to Tiburon. You got 5 new zombies huddled up in kind of like a football offensive line formation, trying to protect the skeleton lord that is real beat up. Cloud Kill went away actually when it tried to cast Eye Bite, because that's a new concentration, so that's not a concern anymore.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and charge at those skeletons and see if I can beat them up.
Okay. Technically zombies. You're still a little confused on that. The zombies have skeletons in
They're
them.
skeletons.
I think I
to
said
me.
both, but go get them regardless.
The bony boys. Love it. We have a 15. We have a 20, dirty 20.
Go somewhere else.
And we have a 14.
Wow. Yeah, I think.
Ooh,
think
all right.
we'll hit.
So all of those would hit. Give us damage to see how many of those you get through.
Gotcha. We have 16. We have 12. And we have, 18.
Those are some big hits.
So I will say between all of those hits and like zombies standing close together, you're able to kind of like slice apart 2, and they do the same kind of thing. Well, so one of them is able to reappear like it did before. One of them doesn't. So basically you take down 2 that are standing next to each other. One of them stays down and one of them re-emerges, having survived its bout with undeath. But it doesn't look particularly like stable. It doesn't look like they emerge at full power. It just looks like it kind of like has a last gasp kind of ability.
Well, let me take a little inspiration from Oliver, and I'll use Action Surge and do one last attack.
Get
Take
him.
him down. Get him.
Yeah.
So that'll give you another 3.
I taught him that. Yes. Good, good.
So that's 22.
Hit.
And that's 17 damage.
So with that hit, you're able to like cleave right through the one that reemerged that only had 1 hit point and like apply the rest to like next in line. So you're launching into the third one. Action Surge will give you your full re-attack. You just don't get bonus actions. So your 3 attacks all apply to the Action Surge. Keep going at it.
Keep going. All right.
2 more.
Some more spins of the wheel. All right. 25. And then 15.
Both will hit. Give me some damage.
We've got 17 again. And 18.
All right, so you are fully through. So 3 zombies went down with that assault, and that'll bring us to Randall.
All right, so the 2 remaining heads. How close is everybody to everybody else? Is everything in melee range of everything?
More or less, yeah. Specifically, there's 2 heads that are still attached to the Skeleton Lord. One of them is stunned this round. One of them is functional. Right in front of that were, until a second ago, 5 zombies. Now there's only 2 left. Tiburon is close to that, and everybody else. Oliver is pretty close to that. Everybody else is.
And Oliver was beating up the big skull guy, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Oliver, you might want to cover your ears. And he's going to plug in. He's going to plug in his guitar into the amp. He's going to, and then he's going to turn up the amp. He's going to go, and he's going to do a blast of sound. He's going to cast Shatter behind the big bone guy. And that'll be a 10-foot radius. So I'll try and make it as far back so that it doesn't get him as possible. So that'll be a con saving throw for the Scully Skulls.
7?
That misses.
It's probably disadvantage even beyond that because of the stun. So not good.
Not good. So they're going to take 21 damage.
No.
Thunder damage.
Thunder.
You could probably orient that to hit the 2 to like I think you can kind of drop that in to also hit the 2 zombies. So
great, let's do it.
They will both be pretty messed up by that, but still.
And then feet. Chris, if you're there too, you'll have to do the same thing.
It matters not. I am having a wonderful time.
Did you
con save?
Yeah.
Yep.
Would that have hit the gargoyle as well, or would that have been outside of the range of the gargoyle?
Let's say it did.
Okay.
21. Oliver.
You pass. 16 is the DC. So you take half of
yes.
Take half of that.
Okay.
Gargoyle.
Half of what?
It was
what is that?
10.
10? 10 damage?
Sorry.
Okay. That was a natural 20 for the gargoyle.
No problem.
Okay, it takes 10 damage.
All right.
Wait, it's not made of stone, crystal, or metal, is it?
It is actually made of stone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is bad.
That's why I was hoping you didn't hit the shatter.
Oh, no.
It has disadvantage on the saving throw.
It doesn't actually say that. But yeah.
It's made of stone? It is made of stone.
All right. So disadvantage. I'll roll again. That was an 18 plus 3,
that'll
21.
pass.
All right.
Yeah.
So the 10 I already took off continue to be off.
Great.
All the gargoyles managed to do is miss attacks and get hit and get hit a lot.
Stone shield.
Yeah, hey, they're
stone version of a meat shield.
Yeah. They're out there kicking tires and doing the work. All right, that's it for Randall.
All right, that brings us to Sindle. Sindle is going to direct her fiery powers at what remains of this Skull Lord, and she is going to blast it with similar to what she did to the 2 zombies. It's like not quite a fireball. It seems like more of a directed force blast. And so you see it kind of start to cook and cinder and melt away. But then the Skull Lord chooses to hang in there with a legendary resistance. So that'll be Sindle's turn. But that brings us to Soot. Soot, what you got?
Soot is then going to use that feature once again. Command Undead. DC 17 Charisma saving throw. You do roll it at advantage because the target has a intelligence higher than 8.
15 on the first one. Here we go. Uh-oh. 12. 15 and 12. There we go.
Tentacles begin to wrap around the skull lord, and they wrap and they wrap and they wrap and they tighten and they tighten and they tighten, and then they dissipate until the skull lord himself changes from that like inky black into a more deep like blue, almost navy blue, and is now under my control. It fails. It becomes friendly to you and obeys your commands until you use the feature again. If it fails to throw and has intelligence of 12 or higher, it can repeat the saving throw at the end of every hour until it succeeds and breaks free. And Soot just yells out, "I told you you would be mine." And then he holds out his little hand, his little clawed hand, and says, "Come here, friend," and is going to beckon the Skull Lord to come closer. "Release my friends." As whoever has been like held by the inky blackness, it goes away.
Oh,
Perhaps
I
you
don't know how I'm feeling about this right now, you all. I got a wee bit of the heebie-jeebies going on over here.
More so than a skeleton running its own life? Like that doesn't freak you out at all?
There's something about the loss of agency that just don't sit right with old Sarsa.
He's not a person. It's a skeleton. It's not a person. They have 3 heads that came out of the muck. Anyway, it's just temporary. Come here. Now we can get whatever the heck we want.
And so we're out of combat now, right?
Yeah, so the blackness that's binding your feet does sort of melt away, as do the leftover zombies. They sort of like collapse back into the blackness, and the Skeleton Lord is under Soot's command right now. So, yep, that's the end of combat.
Win! How long does it last for?
An hour.
Until he tries it on an hour, or until you try it on somebody else, right? Is that what it said?
Yeah, it said that it can repeat its saving throw at the end of every hour because if it has an intelligence of 12 or higher.
Okay, yeah.
And what if we damage it?
It doesn't matter.
Cool. So we could just kill it while it's under your command.
Well, sure we can, but we should probably ask it some questions first about where it's from and like where this stuff is coming from, right? Get some information.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Skullteeth. Do you...
You hear from the backness, "That's not Skeleteeth! Skeleteeth is here! No one controls Skeleteeth!" Skeleteeth's head, separate from the body, is still off behind where the Skull Lord was. Which you can go retrieve because it's just a skull head. So you're in control of the body that has the grumpy head and the tea time head on it. Apparently Skeleteeth
is separate from that?
Is separated, yes.
Okay.
See, this is why necromancy is just dirty business. Don't like it.
Okay, not Skeleteeth head people.
Pick me up so I can bite you.
We need. Are you the necrosis?
Sarsa's gonna get her magic rope and use it to basically like hang him like without having to touch his head. Like
Like a little head swing.
she's
Like
very
a-
good
like
at
a-
and a
ropes,
blanket.
like being a sailor, so she's able to kind of like festoon like a little like think of like a macrame plant hanger, but it's holding like a head.
You're going to go pick up the disembodied head?
Yep.
All right.
This is better. I like this.
Oh, is that a cleat hitch, or did you do the reef knot right there? Is that what that
Oh,
is?
this is what I like to call a last night's revenge. I use it sometimes when I've had a rough night. It helps get my back straightened out.
Oh, well done. Maybe we can keep it quiet while we interrogate the others. Tell them whatever they ask you. Listen, you all have been doing it for longer than me. I just found out about this stuff like a couple seconds ago.
Well, we're really just trying to find Gravely.
Okay, Soot, I don't. We're not fans of this. This is not a permanent solution because the other elemental lords and this one are not going to accept the continued existence of necrosis on the elemental plane. So we're going to have to finish this sooner or later. You don't get to keep that. All right. But if we want to ask it some questions, fine.
Branch was trying. Okay, so skull guys that are not skeleteeth, because you shut up. Are you the necrosis?
Rude!
We control the necrosis.
Can you make it go away forever?
It is us and we are it.
Branch just looks at Soot and does like a shrugging and like hand gesturing motion.
So if you die, that means that this all goes away, right?
We are dead. We are the
Okay,
undead.
but like
We are the necrotic.
more dead are no longer on this plane of existence.
And the polite one says, "Oh, yes."
Where did you all come from? What are you even doing here? I thought this was just for the element. You're not an element. You're a
Yes, you
state of an element.
you mentioned something about you had bodies at one point, or when you were alive. Like, where do you come from?
Oh, yes. Well, prior to our existence as a three-headed skeleton undead creature, we were three separate sorcerers. Actually, we were a bit of a rival, so it's sort of a curse thing, uniting the three of us for all time, having to negotiate the continuation of our powers, ongoing, and so yes, that's a bit of our history. But as far as
We were sent here to plague the planes of elements and create discontent so the elemental realms would be occupied.
Who sent you?
Aranye.
Who?
It's all connected.
I could have told you that. Lady Aranye. We spoke with her. She's really quite nice.
She's the one that cursed you as well.
no, that was a separate thing. We've been like that for quite a while. It was we sort of cursed each other. We were trying to
curse backfire.
Yes, exactly.
yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you were trying to do
have
what?
a three-way. The three-way
Oh,
curse.
three-way curse. Yeah.
It's never good.
No,
A sort of a just dessert situation. Speaking of which, I could still whip up some tea cakes or.
I'd like that very much.
Before you do that, Branch,
Yes, give it to Randall. He'll eat
Branch
anything.
would like to know.
That side of the creature summons up out of the sludge that is still there, like raises up, and the like sludge forms into little like finger sandwiches and scones and pastries, and then they kind of like turn into looking normal, and it's like right there in front of you, Randall.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this looks great. Wow. Thanks, guys.
Rip.
Go ahead and make a con save.
Happily.
Randall loves making con saves.
It's my favorite thing. 20 total.
You're fine.
It's great. Have another
Perfectly
one.
fine. Not a problem.
I wouldn't recommend eating though. No, Randall,
I'm just going to check the perimeter. And, like Oliver starts doing a whole lap because he's still like really.
do we have any other questions for the thing, or can we get rid of them?
Branch has a question. Could you tell Branch and everyone why Lady Aranye sent you to cause chaos? Like, what do you know?
There's nothing over here.
Do you know what the purpose was?
They already
just
told you they went to sow, and we're supposed to distract the elemental planes and have earth and fire fight each other. And
but
there is no leader of water, and they would be occupied here while whatever she had going on at the material plane would continue on without intervention.
Because the elemental plane would get in the way if they knew her plans.
Did you say it was a distraction? A distraction?
That's what they said.
Brilliantly played. What a ruse. I suddenly feel very tired.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff in that thing I gave you, so your tummy's gonna be upset for a while.
Wait, are we having nap time? Because I really feel like just 24 hours of rest and I could kick this dang thing.
I need to lie down. My back hurts.
Soot, should we make them go away before
I
our
can make
friends
them
fall asleep?
go away. Fine. If that all we needed was just to... So we know it was Aranye, whoever that is, again. Keep hearing that name.
She is big spider
like a big
lady.
Spider.
Yeah.
Spider. She's Feywild.
I mean, I suppose that makes sense because of the root of the word and everything. Arachnith, arachnids, spiders, ticks. I actually don't. I hate ticks more than spiders. Spiders are actually okay. Spiders are fine. Ticks are terrible. Terrible.
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
Sindle blasts it with a fireball.
Well, okay. Well, I
Incinerated. The skeleton lord is gone, and most of the necrosis starts to kind of burn
I
off,
do
waste
still
away.
have skeleton.
Skeleteeth in the bag.
You do have skeleton, so that was not skeleton is not affected by the fireball, and all of the necrosis does not disappear. Skeleteeth looks at you as like,
Oliver is laying on the ground, and he just kind of holds up a finger, and is like, "Wait," and then goes, huh! He just kind of opens his hand, and all 5 fingers go right to the bag that starts just holding. And just
I worked really hard on those knobs.
It's like a punch, like a speed bag.
You could have waited for me to take him out of the bag, all right? That would have been real nice. I'm quite attached to this role.
the fingers all fly off. They are all guaranteed magic finger hits. So they end Skeleteeth.
That's so much more horrifying than anything I've done today.
As grossly as you can imagine it, slowly grow back on Oliver's hands, starting with little tiny fingers.
Zach, how is my rope? Is my rope still intact?
It's a little
explodey,
gooey, but mostly fine. It's good. There's no longer a skeleton in it.
All right, now we're going to need a nap and a laundry. That's on all of you.
All right. Well, good job, team. We all did this. This is great. That was weird, but generally successful. And so I think I can get us back to the summit here. And so,
is there any of the goop left?
No. Whoosh. So you find yourself, thanks to Sindle's power,
get some goop
back in the four-cornered plane of the elements and earth and air.
I think everyone is quite surprised to see an elephant there.
Me too, honestly.
Yes, there's an elephant.
Branch very self-consciously morphs out of being an elephant and goes, sorry, I thought it was the plane of elephants. The elephantal plane.
Boo.
You asked for that.
I liked it. Oh, all right, I believe since we did our part and we took care of the necrosis, everyone, now you need to tell us where Gravely is. Gravely.
The fire of the
Gravely.
Point of order.
And my best friend.
Oh, did we want to share the source of the necrosis with these people?
We explain everything.
Yeah, so you're able to, you kind of download what happened in the necrosis, and also kind of a little, Sindle makes a little, let's unite sort of speech on the,
let's hear it, Zach.
She tried to divide us, she tried to, pull us apart, but, we need to stay united. We need to have...
in the voice, Zach.
Of Sindle's voice? Sindle's voice is just my voice? Jen. Listen, y'all.
Smart.
Lady Aranye tried to separate us, and it was working well. Air and earth have been at each other's throats during this whole ordeal on the elemental plane. We need to come together now. It is our time. We need to work together, the forces of air, the forces of earth, the forces of fire, and I strongly hesitate to say it, but on a highly temporary basis,
yes,
somebody needs to be in charge of the forces of water on a highly temporary until the actual ruler is in place basis.
I accept.
Yay, we did it.
We've seen him in battle, and he's quite effective, and he has a few good things to offer. So I
think he might need somebody to do a little oversight, though, don't you think? Maybe give him an advisor or someone just to be a bit of a moral compass, as it were.
I swear, I'm smarter than every person in this room. I know when I'm being talked down to.
I'm just saying, you might have intellectual intelligence, but your emotional intelligence, you could use some therapy there, boyo. Take it from me, somebody with a very severe drinking problem. Game recognized game.
Therapy? What's that?
It is where you talk.
Oh, Jerk goes on and on about it all the time.
You just talk and complain, and then you feel better.
I can
Randall
help
knows.
him with advising. Watch what I'm going to do. He's going to go into his trash bag and he's going to pull out some stuff and he's going to kind of start shining something and kind of building something up. And he kind of presents Soot with this big black orb, and he says, "Okay, so here's how it works. Whenever you need to make a decision, all you got to do is shake it and then look at the bottom of it, and then it's going to tell you what you should do."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give it a try.
If my advisor, should I listen to you, Mr. Ball? Shakes it up, shake, flips it over, takes a look.
Unclear.
Very wise indeed.
Yeah, see?
just like a real person.
It works.
Doesn't
I
always give it
accept
away.
the advisor of the magic ball. What number is this? Is that a 4?
It's an infinity side.
Oh, it's infinity. The infinite ball of
Yes,
wisdom.
the infinite ball.
Mine to possess. And none of you all can have it. And he holds it very close to his little body.
All right, well, we'll work on
Come
the
here,
terms
great
of
advisor.
we'll work on the
To
terms.
the throne with
You're
me.
not all right. We got to
us.
we got to do the whole ceremonies, and you didn't technically. You weren't the one who killed the previous rule of water. Like, we need to do the whole ceremony and work out some terms on that. But
Wait, we're doing the ceremony right now.
not that ceremony. No, this is an
To
elemental
every
ceremony.
generation,
Separate.
and
No,
the
stop.
knights. Oh, sorry.
You're too eager with that.
I just
Okay, I need to get something straight here. If whoever killed the person who was the elemental drop-off, right? It's drop-off. Who the elemental king, or whatever you call them, killed them, and that was that one orcling, right?
Yes, gravely.
So whoever killed
Hey, hail
Gravely-
of water, hail of air,
Oh, man, no.
Gravely.
Everyone quiet. Heed my authority of the ball. Listen, holding the magic 8 ball up in the air, the infinity ball. So whoever killed Gravely, you're saying? I mean, dang it, no.
They do that, by the way. There's a new set of hero poses that appear up above the thrones. It's different every single time. He's flexing. He's holding on like a Fabio romance novel. Sometimes holding on to a maiden.
He's kissing a baby.
Yeah.
So for example, the orcling killed Drop-Off. So if I just showed you all that I could kill Drop-Off, then it would be my position to hold. Yes.
Well, if that had happened, but it didn't. So let's move on. Oh, we'll get to this later. All right. Let's talk to all of you. Speaking of Gravely, everybody, you're all looking for Gravely, right?
Gravely,
But hold on. You're saying whoever killed the last person, but isn't Gravely? Wasn't he killed by? Wasn't the Orkling killed by Malkadoth? Isn't he sort of dead? Or not dead? Is he still?
Is he undead now?
Or is he sort of
And I would have to kill Malkadoff?
skirting the line?
Yes, come and help us kill Malkadoth. That sounds correct. Wait, did we kill Malkadoth?
Oh no. Well, I guess.
See, you all have made this very confusing. I'm the one that wears the crown.
So Earth and Air are fed up with the chatter and not that interested. So they're spokespeople are both shh, silence. And what they
You
do
take out their
for
translator
you, yeah.
earpod.
Enough of this. What they do for you in kind of like focusing on the Gravely issue, because like they're for Gravely, like neither of them really care about the Gravely situation. That's a fire and water drama. But focusing in on like, all right, let's see what's this Gravely issue is. And so you kind of communicate to them like, well, we need to find him, and anything we can figure out about what happened to him or the spell, we need to be able to do that. So what they do is, first of all, the Earth Realm summons like in front of you in the same kind of definition that the hero poses of Gravely were. It's like a image in front of you of Mount Cambion. It's like a perfect image of it. So then like air takes that and you're able to like kind of like control it and manipulate it, almost like zooming in on a like picture on your phone. You're able to like enhance it and kind of like make it look bigger and smaller and spin it around and examine it, but you're just able to see the rock. But then the air side of things, they basically do the same and alter this image for you. And what it adds in is all of the space that is filled with air instead of rock. So when they add that aspect of air magic, you're able to see in this 3D image all of the caves and tunnels and interactions within Mount Cambion. And what they kind of explain, and you can kind of see, is that it's not a map. It's not like a moment in time or a depiction. What you're looking at is like, it's live. And so you're able to see like
quite astonishing. This is
like,
amazing.
Like there's been like a cave in this recent chamber, and there's still a little movement there. And you can't see, it's only showing you rock and air. So you're not able to see
fire and water.
If there's creatures in there, if there's movements, or if there's fire or water, you're not able to see that. That would be kind of blank, but it's to the extent that like if there were a cave in or an explosion or something and the rock or the air shifted, you would see that kind of like live in this. And they're able to kind of give that to you. And they're like able to shrink it down into like a physical, like it's like a little mountain you can hold in your hand, but you can expand that into this thing that you can take with you.
Two things. Do we see the area that we went in and fought the Zorn?
Yeah. Yeah. You can
so we kind of recognize that area, and then, that was a dead end, right? Like we went as far as we could go, and we fought stuff there, and it was like, oh, can't go any further. So then the other thing that Oliver's looking for is like, is there a big, layer, like big enough for a dragon that's somewhere in the mountain?
Yeah, you are able to find that kind of down deep, but it kind of like stands out when you're able to look at this whole 3D image. There's definitely a biggest open chamber that definitely speaks to, that's probably it. It's about like dragon layer sized.
All right. We'll be able to look at this later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take that with you.
I kind of, Oliver will kind of point out and be like, that's where we need to go, friends. This is the location of your friend, the Orkling.
And they're able to further communicate to you. And it is actually kind of like there's an aspect of this spell, the like turning to fog, turning to whatever Gravely turned into. One, the question of like, well, isn't Gravely dead? Like this actually, that is relevant. He's not. Or among many other things, whoever killed him would be technically the new heir to water. And it sounds like there's something, it's sort of a looser, you're gathering from the sort of like politics of the elements that like the same sort of thing kind of applies to fire, but it's not as cut and dry as water. It's water is like, you kill the guy, you're the guy. Fire is like, well, maybe Gravely might actually have a claim on fire too, but Sindle's heritage, royal family, and the mantle of the phoenix that make it a little bit more messy. But like she too might actually kind of only be like a stand-in sort of like ruler. Who knows? But anyway, like there is an element of like air and earth together that like those domains do have some like insight into this spell, and they're able to confirm what you've gotten senses of. This is a spell that like uses the subject's kind of life force to preserve the life of the caster. And over time, the caster is able to fully envelop and fully consume the life force of whoever is taken to bring themselves back in a new form. And so as long as it takes a long time, the spell has not been completed, or else, well, specifically water would know. They would have a sense of like, he's not with us anymore. So they're confident between air, earth, and water and their connections. They're confident it's not completed, but they urge you, like, you have to hurry because it's been a while. They ask you how long it's been. You're able to communicate, like, you're not, you have to like do some reasoning because you've crossed through a lot of portals in that time.
Been
but
at least 5 Thetons.
Yeah. You think like, well, at least a couple of weeks. And they're like, that's probably not enough, but like, you have to hurry. You have to get to him because once it's complete, there's no going back.
Well, Mr. Soot, you've proven your worth. Would you like to come with us and free your erstwhile friend, or are you staying here and helming the throne of water, so to speak?
So it's definitely seated on the throne.
Already, little legs kicking, just kicking back and forth.
It looks like you're staying here.
He actually does come up to you. He does hop down from the throne when you ask him that. He says, I want you to take very good care of Gravely.
Lord of Ireland.
Oh no, he's speaking.
Oh, okay.
He's speaking softly. For all of the trouble that the little Orkling has caused me, I do consider him a friend. Though I fear the worst parts of me, the part that I have tried to overcome, I don't want them to overcome me. So you bring back Gravely, and I'll stay here, because I think that if I were to see Gravely again, I might be tempted to take the throne from him. And I don't want to do that. Not in that way. Does that make sense?
Yes, I believe it does.
I'll remain here for now, and we'll sort this all out once you rescue him. And I am not conflicted any longer.
Does everyone agree? Kind of looks at his companions.
It is better than Soot trying to murder our friend.
Sarsa?
Our friend, exactly.
Seems reasonable.
Tiburon? Sarsa?
I mean, of course. That's the goal, and, you know, as much as I hate to admit it, I think Soot has proven that with a little bit of guidance, he can do the right thing. So...
You all go ahead. You do that. I'll remain on the throne for now, and then when Gravely returns in full health, and we can discuss things. Find out what Gravely wants to do. I mean, what Gravely wants to do.
And Oliver leans in and says, "Fine. Well, thank you for your service and your help." And he says to him in Draconic, and he says, "And if you lay a finger of your little bony hand on my granddaughter, I will turn you into a suitcase."
Who's your granddaughter?
And he looks over at Sindle. So we have an understanding.
That smiles.
All right, first order of business for the Elemental Council is we're going to decide on the health plans for the year. So let's look at the actuary tables and get to work. All right, good luck, Soot.
I'm sorry. Wait. The what? No, I wasn't. What? No, this is not.
Bring out the spreadsheets.
I don't think we should cover eyeglasses anymore.
Are we? Who's portaling us back?
So you do kind of like present that question, and they are able to, like, right in the middle of the summit at the junction of the 4 elements, like, they're able to cast. So like Sindle sort of pushes out her fire power and it's met with air and earth, and you sort of see a portal like forming in the middle, and they all kind of turn towards there you go.
And water now.
Oh.
So the 4 energies come together and it creates a portal you can step right back into and head back to him.
We get back, and then when we come through the portal, And it closes. I say, well, I know we all need rest, but there's one thing that I think is long overdue. And he turns to Randall, and he says, Randall, for generations the Knights of the Realm have stood as a force for good and defenders of the innocent. We owe fealty to no ruler and seek tribute no coin or esteem.
Oh, snap, it's happening!
Oh, I'm good. Thanks, guys.
And-
Yeah, I once saw him eat a bug.
You have been nominated as a knight
shut
in good standing to join a sacred order of Knights of the Realm. If you do so, accept, kneel upon this ground.
Nah, I'm okay. I just like hanging out with you guys.
Do you accept? You don't accept?
No,
It's a great honor. You've proven yourself in battle, and
Oh, I just like hanging out.
all right. Well,
I do it for free.
So you're all kind of like staring at him like this hasn't happened before. You don't know what's going in. At which point, Bartleby walks in, and Bartleby is looking like haggard, like not in good condition. Way worse, like his hair's grown out, and he's kind of like
Bartleby?
clothes are a little bit tattered. And he says he like drops his like an armful of like components and stuff, and he drops all of his stuff. Like, where have you guys been? It's been a month.
What? Oliver is immune to poison, so I can just hang out in the cloud kill.
Just
soaking
breathe
it
it in.
up.
I'm a monk. Ah.
I used to do this after college.
My lungs are made of steel.
You're hot boxing the cloud kill is what you're doing.
No effect.